Right here I'm standing next to Joe and Mike. Good to see you.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, good to see you too.
Nice to meet you also.
Yeah. And there's Batman also. So, good. You both are designers from the Lego Batman movie design team. So, what is it like to be Batman for years?
That's a great question. What is it like to be Batman? We've been living and breathing this for me. It's been the last 2 years. For Mike, it's been even longer, I think.
Even longer.
And it's just a childhood dream come true, really. Playing with Batman's toys and making Batman's vehicles and all his villains' vehicles is just fantastic. And it's super fun. Dream come true, really. Yeah.
And I guess a nice experience for you too.
Yeah, of course. I represent what Joe says. The nice thing about Batman is that giant garage he has, you know? Oh. So what do you build for the man that has everything? What costume do you develop for the man who has everything? He's been around for 75 years, right? So finding that new costume, finding that new vehicle, that's a challenge for sure.
Yeah, and he has everything and also sun. So Robin is an awesome minifigure.
Oh, he's a great character, and I worked a little bit in the element development with the when we say element, we mean the new pieces.
Okay.
And I worked with the team that creates the new pieces and actually sculpted Robin's new wig, and it was just such an iconic wig because we have the wig combined with his really iconic, really big glasses as well, and that piece just makes his character
like our glasses here.
Exactly. Yeah, adds a bit more refinement. Yeah.
What is your favorite character of all the Batman movie line?
Ooh,
you have to say Batman, of course.
I'm torn. I mean, we talk about everybody has fallen in love with Robin. The whole idea of him was to take Batman is the darkest character in the universe, and what better person to pair him with than Robin, who finds the happy side of every single situation. So I think you can't not love him. But for me, I always stick with the bad guys. I'm a Joker in The Office. I love Joker in the film. Of course, Batman is the hero, but I always root for the underdog, and I like someone who's a little bit naughty as well, to be honest, I think.
But you know, Batman don't like the Joker, as we know.
But hopefully, he'd like me again. I'd like to be the Joker, for sure, but I'm also the guy who helps make all of his new vehicles and new planes. So hopefully we still have a bit of a relationship there, you know? And again, when you get to see the movie, Joker's not all bad. You'll get to see that.
I mean, we've also seen some other Batman movies with Ferry, but okay, he is not the bad guy always.
Misunderstood. Misunderstood.
Yes, somehow. So there are so many nice sets out there, and I've built already 10 of the first wave.
Bravo.
So thanks to Lego and Kim who sent us the sets, so I don't buy them. Yeah. But of course I buy a lot of Lego, you can ask my girlfriend. But this was so great because I've the whole first wave in my room, and I've built I'm nearly done. I've built the Scuttler. I have to build the Batcave and the vehicle, the one. So it isn't here. You know what I mean?
The Joker Riddler car.
No. I've built all the bad guys. What is the name?
Penguin car.
The one which there we go. Killer Croc. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So we can talk about all the other stuff. And as I mentioned before, I really fell in love with this Batmobile. And this is a funny story because when I saw the images, I thought, oh my God, I'm a big fan of other Batmobiles, like the classic one of the 60s, then of the first Batman movies, this iconic Batmobile. And I think, oh, this is a toy. And then I built it, and this is so much fun to build, and so many great functions, and you can put it this way, and you think, okay, if I were Batman, this is the car I would like to have, because you can do everything with it. Am I right?
Of course. I mean, the idea is you can do everything, but you feel like we felt when we took on this task. Like we were excited to build a Batmobile, but what a lot of responsibility. You know, we all love the Tim Burton films. We all love the Nolan films. We grew up with that. We have a huge amount of respect. So
we all love George Clooney as Batman. Of course, he's such a great Batman.
And we knew that potentially in history our Batmobile was going to sit next to those, you know. So I think we were as excited as we felt incredibly responsible for it, right? But with every vehicle we've given Batman, we've tried to make it over the top. Yeah. So our Batman as a character, he's overly dark, he's overly introverted. At sections he's even overly lonely, you know. So every vehicle we have has to be a little bit over the top. Does he need that size wheels on it? No, but he's Batman, so he can have them. Does he need 2 seats? No, but he's Batman, so he can have them. So it's an exaggeration of his personality, right? Just like Joker, what's the most ridiculous vehicle you can give someone? A stretched purple lowrider with a golden chicken on the bonnet, you know? So we're always trying to reflect them through the vehicle.
Of course, and just for the record, George Clooney has made some awesome movies, but as Batman, no. But anyway, we have here we go. This is the lowrider with Joker. Oh, and Harley Quinn is falling out. Yes, wonderful. So this is a great car too. There's only one problem. We've talked about the scale. I have a Lego City at home, like every adult fan of Lego should have, of course.
Yes.
And the cars are too big for the city. Am I right?
We always try to put some space between lines. So definitely, and it was actually a conversation we had when starting even on the Lego movie. You know, when you start to build this landscape in these new environments, do you adopt the what we would call the full module wide city cars? We also looked at them being 6 wide. We also looked at them being 8 wide. And there's 2 reasons we've done it like this. One of which is we want to offer something different and new. So you get the city scale in city, and here we offer something even more impressive. Secondly, something very important for our product line is that awesome level of detail. So for us, these minifigures and these models, Harley.
She fell out.
She's fine.
She's okay. She's still smiling. But with this scale, we can give you all of those details you really want. But actually, the most interesting thing as well, the filmmakers, of course, they're doing a lot of shots in vehicles where characters need to talk to each other. Yeah. And of course, it's no fun being on the cinema screen talking like this.
Yeah.
So
they
of course,
need to be sat next to each other.
Side by side is definitely something we had to look at. And then we're trying to make sure that everything works with itself. So within the product line, the scale feels right, but it is larger than normal, you know. Something a little bit different to the city models.
And difference is always good. And what's great with Lego is you can rebuild. And maybe cities, maybe the roads get a little bit wider, maybe they get a little bit narrower. But you can rebuild things.
I have to talk with my girlfriend if we can switch rooms, so I can have a living room. Then the streets could be brighter. But anyway, there are great models as well. And what I do like about this, I mean, there are kids out there, and you cannot always buy all the expensive stuff. But for example, when you buy a few of those little sets, you can combine them, you can add them together, and this is great.
Yeah, that was a great example. From here, we now just have one of the products here, but we also launched the pizzeria. The pizza bike, and also
which is in the movie for 1 second.
It has its moment.
It has its moment.
Yes, it's.
And the Joker has his key part where he uses his breath to make the security guard kind of pass out. Sorry if that's a spoiler. So yeah.
Oh my goodness! Spoiler! Come on. Okay, we have to start it. No.
Exactly. Yeah, we just wanted to make sure that it's really fun. We wanted to promote kind of being creative with the sets, and if you got some of the smaller sets and then you can combine them together, maybe you could recombine them in different ways or rebuild them. We're just trying to promote a little bit of creativity and trying to recreate your favourite scene from the movie.
Small sets, we always still, just because there's not as much brick quantity, we still try and get those inspirational triggers, right? So if you've got a box of Lego at home and maybe you buy one new model for $9.99, you've got 2 whole new characters and maybe another 25 stories to play with, you know? So it's not just that box, but we hope by that excites you about something, or you go to see the movie, you're excited again, you revisit all your old Lego as well. Why can't Joker go and play with some of your Castle Knights? Why can't Joker go play with some of your scuba divers, right?
Exactly.
But I think now it's the time that you can tell us, do you like the Lego Batman movie?
Do I like the Lego Batman movie? I am somewhat biased, of course, as we have something to do with it. I love it. I love everything that it represents. I like that finally with a Batman movie, we ask the question, why is Batman so angry all the time? Why is he so lonely? And why doesn't he catch all of the villains? Nobody's ever asked that question before. So again, when we do something in Lego, it's the perfect chance, and thank you to DC and Warner Brother for letting us, but we can have a little bit of fun with Batman, where he's maybe been a little bit dark and a little bit broody in the past. So.
And of course, Iron Man sucks. But anyway, we have other sets here. And when you design such a model, is there, when you say, for example, this is yours, is there anything that you've designed, or is it always a team process at Lego Batman movie?
So yeah, of course we work as a design team. Yeah, we work as a design team, but usually there's an overall responsibility for one model to take it through our process. But for example, there's a couple of models here that Mike and I actually work together on creating. So there's Clayface, that chap over there, and the Mr. Freeze set. We actually worked together on these because Mike got a read of the script early, and you can put more words on it if you want.
Yeah, so we have the concept phase, you know, where we're throwing around ideas and we're very much developing them for the film. But then it gets to a stage A where we need to spend more time with them to make sure they're a great play experience as well. But also we need more people it gets busy, so we start with quite a small crew. When it very first starts out, it's actually just myself reading the scripts, and as we get more and more material, we bring in people like Joe. Then we build in, if we say we've got a monster truck, we know this guy's great with monster trucks, we bring him in. Maybe we bring in some space guys, and actually that means you don't just get one guy's vision of what this is going to look like. You get to use all of these different talents, but it definitely takes a team.
Exactly. Like, for example, Mike worked on this and then he handed over to me, but we've also got three new elements in this set as well. We've got this new fist that was done by one of our element designers, Yoel, and then we have Mr. Freeze has a new armor piece. That's another element designer designing the new piece there. And then I worked on this one, which is kind of a similar geometry to what we have, but just a shorter geometry. And then, of course, our really talented graphic designers who do all the decorations for the minifigures and all the stickers, along with all the engineers that actually make the bricks as well.
I'm using this one for my playground, a larger version, as an entrance, by the way. So I like, and my daughter likes it. Okay.
Yeah, great. And again, that's another example of this dome was an existing element, and then we made a new armor to incorporate it. So we want to make a amount of new stuff, but it's about keeping that balance of everything everyone loves about Lego as well. You know, you still want to see it's Lego.
It's still Lego, it still fits together, and
Exactly.
if you just maybe tilt your head a little bit, look at an element in a new way, you can use it
For something else.
for something else.
So, but right now you have to tell us they're going to be the Lego Ninjago movie. Are you excited as a Batman fan?
Well, I'm always excited. I mean, I've seen sneak peeks of the Ninjago movie because I've been involved in most of the films in some way or another. And what I hope the audience is taken away from is, yes, we have these different movies coming out of Lego, but everyone is very, very different. They each have a different approach, slightly different approach in how they're animated, how they're set. And don't think because you've seen the last two films, this will not surprise you. I will be a Batman fan till the last.
Yes,
I will
but
be
a movie without Batman, come on. No, the trailer is fine.
It looks excellent. Again, we're biased. Batman's like a family member to us. But I'll be at the cinema to watch Ninjago for sure.
Yeah, when that trailer came out, because actually I was so into the Batman movie process that I didn't actually see too much of what Ninjago was doing. You know, a lot of it's under wraps. And when we actually saw, I'd seen sneak peeks here and there, but when we actually saw the trailer come out, I was like, oh wow, this is really cool.
Yeah. And again, because we're so closely involved, actually it's quite nice just to go to the cinema and watch it sometimes.
One last question. I will buy the Batwing. This is an awesome build. Have you been involved in this process, building this?
I was with the Batwing, so I mean, I've been involved with every model. So I'm the design lead and one of the art directors of the film. So at some point, I've had feedback on every single model that's there. But again, the Batwing was one of those ones we did quite early because actually we were rushing to finish it for the trailer. So what we do with our products here and what we're proudest about is what you see on the screen is what you get to take home in your hands. And we take that personally. Yeah. So we wanted to make sure that Batwing that was in that trailer was going to match this Batwing exactly as we had it. Now, we weren't quite ready to do that, so we had to speed things up a little bit. But I promise you, from a functional point of view, from a silhouette point of view, that Batwing's incredible. You know.
So I would like to give you somebody, a friend of ours, and maybe a friend of Batman in the future. This is our minifigure.
Oh.
And he could live. I have one for you as well, and he could live in Gotham City as well. For example, this is our website.
Awesome.
Okay.
He's going to live on my desk and keep an eye on things. I think.
Yeah, he's definitely making his way to
Next to Batman. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll ask his opinion, and we'll see what he says as we go along.
That's great. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Cheers.
Thank you very much.
The Lego Batman design team, such cool guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Cheers.